10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by All Pro Roofing. AllProRoofingLLC.com on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. That's right.
Hick,
Yes.
did you hear?
No.
Tony Baselli's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Is he really?
Big if true.
That is so good.
It's going to be a Jag Day.
So good. So happy, man.
It was a night of celebration.
I
man.
yelled last night at the house. I was happy. I was like, it was
It's funny.
great.
I was watching it like on my phone. I had like the earbuds in. My wife's like, "What?" And like she looks over. It's like Katy Perry's presenting an award to like T.J. Watt. She's like, "What in God's name are you watching?" I'm like, "I don't know. It sucks. I'm just waiting to see if Tony gets it."
We got a couple. Give me a speed trap before we get started on the 10-minute drill. I got a couple here. JTB this morning. I got west between Hodges and Kernan, so coming towards 95 between Hodges and Kernan. And then both sides of JTB at Hodges. So we got chips out there and otherwise. Keep those speeds down. Don't give any of your money away heading into this weekend. And keep Jacksonville a little safer in the process.
Last night on the NBA draft show,
The All-Star Game draft.
the draft, LeBron
Right,
and
so
KD
LeBron and
picked their
KD.
players.
Yes.
Which, whatever. It's stupid. I don't.
Yeah.
I hate it.
The
but
kickball draft.
I like East-West personally, but
But,
Me too. I don't
miss
broke.
East West.
It ain't broke. Don't fix it.
yeah. But anyway, they do it this way. But the line of the night is LeBron's like, ask the question. He goes, "Is Harden healthy and playing?" And of course, only Chuck would say he got traded. He's healthy now.
Yeah.
He's playing next game.
Durant has no sense of humor, and he even smiled a little bit.
He did.
LeBron
He's like, "Oh, man."
but LeBron had like a folder in front of him, so he would just put it in front of his face every time he was laughing. Because Harden also was Mr. Irrelevant. Like, it got down to the last minute. There are only two guys left,
There
we
and
go.
Durant is picking. So they go to Durant, and Durant goes, "Yeah, I'm going to go with a Gobert here. I think I need some size." And then LeBron puts the thing up against, like, "Yeah, that's why you're going with Gobert." So now, does that not speak to something if James Harden goes dead last, Dan? Does that not speak to what you're getting when you add him to your championship hopes?
Yeah, I guess.
At all, or
I don't
no?
know.
Yeah.
No, but we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see what
we'll
happens. It's a fascinating trade. It's like, I mean, Brooklyn has been trying like heck, and you wonder if they had their best chance last year. I mean, who knows? KD's always hurt. Kyrie is just
Did the
quirky.
serious topic of mental health get demeaned a little bit? Because if you remember, Ben Simmons walked away and cited mental health issues for why he's doing it.
I saw Scott Van Pelt do this last night, and I thought it was very apropos. And mental health is a serious thing, and we
Right.
talk about it all the time. And we see these young kids who take their lives, and we sit there and say, guys, it's okay. If you need help, ask for help. We teach our kids that. It's a different world now. So certain smaller things bother kids, and you try and tell them, look, if something's bugging you, if you don't want to go to your parents, go to somebody else. But don't be afraid. It's okay to ask out. It's okay to talk to people. So it's a very serious topic, but you can't play the mental health card if it's not mental health. And listen, with all due respect to Ben Simmons, I don't think it was mental health. I think he got his feelings hurt because of what Doc said. And he said, I'm not going to play for you guys anymore. And now he gets traded and he's going to play. He's not going to not
Fair
play.
enough.
So all of a sudden he's recovered.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that this use of
I think you
mental
just have to be careful about it. Is all.
well,
But
I do
again,
think
I'm not.
If
but-
we're going to continue to point to these sports superstars as real victims of mental health,
Mhm.
okay, then we need to do a lot more for those that are really struggling,
yeah.
not the ones that are flying home in a private jet to stay. And I'm not saying that they don't get depressed too. That's life. To me, being depressed or being afraid or being anxious, those are all natural human emotions. When you get to the point where it's a debilitating disease and not just something that you have to deal with, that we all have to deal with. So certainly Simmons would seem to fall in that latter category.
As we went through the Pro Football Hall of Fame last night, and again, Leroy Butler, who we've talked a lot about today, and I want to mention him for a second because, great kid. I had the opportunity to know Leroy since he was a young man, and it's a great story. And
You covered him in high school, didn't you?
yeah, we had
He
him.
was
And,
to FSU when I came here.
well, yeah, and he was, he played against Emmett in high school.
Sure.
He played against Escambia and
Played for Corky Rogers,
played
the
for
famous
Corky
coach.
Rogers, and two of the most iconic plays in college and pro. I mean, iconic things, right? He had the
Fumble Rooski.
yeah
Punt Rooski, I guess they
Rooski
called it, yeah.
and the Lambeau Leap.
The Punt Rooski, for those who don't remember, FSU was at Clemson. This was before Clemson was a superstar program, but they would have years where they were national title contenders, and they had a really good team that
They
year.
won an Natty,
like a few years
before
before.
that.
Yeah. So the Knowles and Bobby Bowden, Riverboat Bobby back in the day, are on the road at Clemson, and they call a Punt Rooski. They put the ball on the ground, and Edgar picks it up, or not Edgar, Leroy picks it up and goes. Didn't quite go all the way, didn't he?
No, he got pulled down at like
Terry Fair, man, who was that?
No, it was
Kennard, one of those guys.
Oh,
He was
gosh,
a
now I
famous,
can't
was an
remember.
NFL guy.
Yeah. Anyway, he got tackled at about the 3-yard line. They kicked the field goal and they won the game. It was unbelievable. So, and then they had the Lambeau Leap, but where he came from, how he was an old, what did they used to call it in the NCAA? Proposition
Prop 48.
48. And and he used to tell stories about Bobby going in there and recruiting them. It was great, great. I mean, inner city kid, tough neighborhood, and just the rise for him to do what he did is tremendous for him.
Well,
and
people forget
and his family.
It wasn't part of the story of Leroy when he was a kid, didn't he? I don't want to mess something up this important, but wasn't he like leg braces and
Yes,
wheelchair?
He was Forrest Gump-esque.
Right?
Yes.
Like that, seriously serious.
Yeah.
Not, pigeon-toed.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that.
I know. And
Good
he
for
had
Leroy's
38
a
career
sweetheart, dude.
interceptions, 20.5 sacks, forced fumbles, 3 NFC championship games in a row, 2 Super Bowls in a row, won.
All decade. It's enough. Pretty much, if you're all decade, that's your ticket to the Hall.
Yeah.
I mean, because Tony and Leroy were the last 2 from the 90s that weren't in.
But Sam Mills, this was his last year of eligibility before he goes off into the other categories.
He didn't seem like a Hall of Famer to me, but I'm not going to quibble. I got
Yeah.
my guy in.
Yeah. So, really 700 tackle seasons.
Leroy was the last first teamer
Uh-huh.
on the All 90s team
Mhm.
to not be in the Hall of Fame.
Mhm.
With Tony going in, there's still 5 or 4 members of the second team
Oh, I was thinking of
who are
first
not
team.
in.
Okay.
Tony
Ben-
wasn't first team?
No,
thought he was.
Tony was not the first team tackle. The first teamers were Willie Rofe and Gary Zimmerman,
Mm-hmm.
who were both in the Hall. The guys that still aren't in the Hall from that 90s, at least on the offensive side, Ben Coates, the Patriots tight end, Richmond Webb from the Dolphins, Steve Wisniewski, and Mark Stepnowski.
Tony had 4 seasons in which he had no accepted holding
Yeah.
penalties called against him.
Think about that. He also had he only had 15 sacks in 7 years. Guy gave up 2 sacks a year, basically, and I think he had a year where he had none.
Well, I always said that he was such a big deal that when he gave up a sack, it was news, for sure.
Never one time did we sit around on a Monday morning saying, man, Baselli's just so up and down. We got to get him to play, right? I mean, you forget. That's the one thing about when you have a Hall of Fame talent.
And the
There's
other
no
thing
criticism.
is,
There's
when
none
you
to-
make
there's none to-
when you make the finalists, when you get to the finalists, 90% of finalists eventually get in. And this
that
proves,
right?
yeah.
Especially when you go 6 times like he did.
Well, just one time. I mean, if you're a finalist, you're going to get in. Once you make it as a finalist, 90% of the finalists get in. So I thought the show was good last night, too. I enjoyed it. It was definitely set up like when they were doing the Offensive Rookie of the Year, and right before they started that, they showed the Bengals players like they were watching. I'm going, well, I know who's winning that one. That's Jamar Chase.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I mean, there were definitely, Aaron was there, so you knew he was winning. So you just could tell on certain things like that. But it was good. It was funny and well done, and some good and of course the Walter Payton Man of the Year is always a wonderful award. Calais won it a few years back and is a
Who
great.
got that this year? Do you
Andrew
remember?
Whitworth.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Rams.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about the Super Bowl in context this weekend. Oh, by the way, it was Donnell Wolford. That's who ran
That's
it
who
down.
it was.
That's
Donnell Wolford.
again,
Thank you.
A big name like those other 2. If the Rams and Bengals played in October, it wouldn't even be the nationally scheduled 4:00 game. We'd be watching the Cowboys-Eagles or
Yeah.
the Chiefs and the Steelers. Or
Oh, yeah.
What an amazingly out-of-nowhere Super Bowl this is with a pair of 4 seeds. Now, look, I get it that the Rams have been highly thought of for years, and you
Yeah.
could have found them pretty high up. But this is also a new one. I don't know if this has happened in other years. You tell me.
Mhm.
I'm going to need you to think about every week of every NFL season for your whole life.
When was the last time the Rams and the Bengals played?
They play this year?
No.
So, because the Niners played them, that must have been their finish in the same spot game. It would have been in the last couple of years, right? You play every division.
They met in London.
I don't
2019.
Gosh, don't even remember that game.
Wow.
That's pre-Joe Burrow.
24-10, Rams a winner there.
Yeah.
Good for the Bengals
Precedent
for keeping
set.
it close.
A precedent has been set.
But here's what I was going to say, and you tell me if this jogs if your memory gets jogged a different way. But it's very rare that this happens. But when we go into the Super Bowl this weekend, at no part of this season, not week 1 through week 18, at no part did anyone think that either the Rams or the Bengals were the best team in football. Never.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not the Rams. Well, certainly not the Bengals.
Yeah, the Rams were thought of, but they never played well enough for you to think, oh, that's
because
the best
Arizona
team.
got the hot start.
They got the hot start, and then Tom and Tampa were around,
Yeah.
and then there was Aaron and Green Bay, and that's just the NFC. But by the end of the year, the best teams weren't. When we went into the playoffs, these are both 4 seeds. That says something.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams lost the last game of the year at home to San Francisco to let the Niners in. No one thought that they were the favorites in the NFC at all.
I was talking to my brother yesterday, and he said he had gotten every playoff game picking the winner correct so far. So I said, well, who do you got in the Super Bowl? He said, the Rams. I said, dang it.
I have the Rams, too. I think Rams by
I'm
10.
going Bengals. I'm going Bengals, and I'm taking the 4.5. That's what I'm doing. And I think it's going to be close.
I think it's down to 3.5, actually.
Well, I got it at 4.5. You hear me?
Oh, you already played it?
Yeah. Oh, I checked.
It's been a good year for you in the Friday 5-pack, so
No.
I'm not sure if people should trust you.
No, I'm not sitting there saying that either. I'm telling you that I'm hoping the Bengals.
Well, let's do this. That's a 10-minute drill. We got a lot more to talk about today, but the Big Orange Chorus is here, going to be here in studio. Let's let them come in and show us what they got. Remind people how they can order their Singing Valentine's.
They're going to sing to Tony.
They should sing to Tony. Let me call you
Homage
Hall of
to
Famer.
Tony.
What if they sing with Goodell?
They might invite Goodell to sing with them.
want you to stop
moving
that.
forward. We have Denny Thompson coming up at
That's a
8.
beautiful voice.
Talk about the quarterbacks and how important they are in this matchup. Much more. This
We
is
may
the drill.
bump Denny today, though.
You think so?
That's what
For
I'm
what?
hearing.
For what purpose?
I've been trying to line somebody
Yeah,
up.
something
Trying
bigger
to
and
get
better?
somebody at 8 to bump him.
Literally anyone.
Yeah.
Inside joke.
This is the drill, GFL Friday.
I'll take caller number 1 in honor of Big Bo as the first Jaguar Hall of Famer. You're going to go home with a
Boys hear that music and they're already calling. They
You're going to go
know.
home with selections from the Valentine's Day gift guide. You're going to get $25 to Woody's Barbecue and a Peterbrook Chocolatier gift basket. Find those other great gift ideas for you V-Day procrastinators at 1010XL.com.